Hello everyone, my name is Lily and I'm the creative director here at Bubblegum Cartoons, and today we are animating in Toon Boom. I'm animating the end of Sophie's Picnic Panic, which is an animated short that goes along with our unaired pilots to Demonic Crepes, which is an original web series we're making here on YouTube. Who knows if it's going to be on YouTube, because everything keeps getting demonetized and y'all can't comment and make a fun little community here like you used to. Anyway, so today we're going to be animating the very end of this animated short. It's clocking in at about like 2-ish minutes at this point, but it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. It's been a really fun ride. It's almost been like a year that I've been working on this, which is like not a long time for 2 minutes of animation done all by yourself. Anyway, this is kind of an animated short that goes along with the pilot episode. So this will give you a little bit more feeling of the tone of the show with like the magical girl elements and the comedy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the pilot episode doesn't have any magical girl stuff because it wasn't in the original concept or comic, and then it kind of built with time. But she does receive her first Gemite, which is her source of her magical powers, at the end of the pilot episode. So it kind of like launches you into the magical girl stuff. So this is not a direct sequel. If you guys want to see a more kind of like direct sequel to the pilot episode, which is yet to air, I have a comic book, and the comic book is going to be like kind of the episode 2. We get to meet Alistair, we get to meet her boss, Mr. Ichigo, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you guys are patrons on Patreon, you guys can read the first 9 pages of it, so that's over there for you guys. I also recently did a tutorial on how to do comics, and I show you how I wrote the first page. It's available for all patrons, so head on over there. So right now we are animating the Optizoid monster. He's sinking into a portal that Pancake opened with the trans-dimensional key. It was super fun. I really tried like, you know, doing different shots of this. I really am trying to like work on this in my own animation. I'm trying to vary the shots so it's not just like shot for shot, or it's like, you know, just waist up shots. Like I'm trying to do like things from below and above, and, you know, looking up, looking down, bird's eye view, all that kind of stuff from characters. So there's actually like 3 shots of this guy falling in the portal. We have him like slipping on a cheesecake, we have his eye like reacting to it, we have him falling backwards, and then we have him in this shot. And yeah, we're gonna be animating some crowds, and y'all know I love doing crowds, so I'm being facetious. They're like super annoying to do crowds because you don't want them to be too stale. They don't matter that much, but at the same time you want to make, you know, takes place in Yoyogi Park, and so it's obviously a very popular park, especially around the cherry blossom season, which is when this takes place. It's Sophie's having a picnic, and this monster disturbs it, and she wants to get rid of it so everyone can enjoy their picnic. So there's all these people here. You might recognize some faces. That is Wendy from Lights Out. She was in my my degree project from college, and I love just shoving her in wherever I can in the background. She goes to, even though she's in college now, she's going to Ichigo Academy, which is also run by Sophie's boss. He runs just about every business in Tokyo, even her apartment building. He's her landlord. And then over here we have the camera crew. I liked adding the camera crew onto this because I'm really interested on how Tokyo reacts to Sophie and all this stuff, because obviously this doesn't happen in a vacuum. I'm very curious, you know, about like how they cover her and how, you know, they kind of comment on her. And earlier you probably saw in like another speed animate, she's a little full of herself when she's in her super cute like superhero outfits, and they're kind of like recording her, and they're kind of like, you know, all disappointed when she's like, you know, messing up in front of the monster, and she's like not doing a great job of saving the day. She's a little sloppy, and I thought it was going to be really interesting to have them kind of dub her as Princess Super Crystal, because I'm like, what would the media call her? They wouldn't call her like Sophie, even though it's like super obvious who she is, like, you know, Clark Kent taking off his glasses kind of deal. It's kind of funny that no one can recognize her, and like, you know, as soon as she transforms. So that's the media coverage. Later I do like a little van. It's Channel 8 News. And yeah, at the end, during the credits, you'll see them watching the news coverage and her slipping around and, you know, kind of messing up. I'm working on trying to make her pretty flawed, not just like, you know, I'm always learning more and more about Sophie. So here I'm gonna make the crowd kind of reacting. They're seeing the monster go away, so they kind of like, they start with a concerned look. I believe they have 3 frames total. So they have their initial worry, and then an in-between frame, and then their cheering face. Like this little girl turns to her mom and smiles. The news lady's gonna like pop around, so she's gonna do like a squash and then stretch back up to face the camera. Like she's gonna kind of have this like very honest reaction to like watching the monster fall through this portal, which, you know, they've never seen before. And then she's gonna kind of like gather herself very quickly and then turn around and report the story. And the camera crew are pros, so they don't move at all, which makes it a lot easier on me. There's like a boom mic lady, and then there's the cameraman. And then later I'll add in the van, because I realize when I pull out the camera, because like I said, I'm trying to do more camera moves. When I pull out the camera, it like revealed how extremely empty Yo-Yogi Park was, and I'm like, oh man. So I added in later, I added like the van, I added in some more people eating a picnic on the side, and so that made the world seem more full. So yeah, even though background characters are obnoxious, it's important to like kind of populate your world and make them slightly interesting, but also not pull the focus from your main characters. So this is fun. She's like doing her turnaround. So now I'm just like coloring them in. Ta-da-da. Just gonna do her turnaround. So yeah, this is towards the end. I don't know if you guys animate sequentially, like, you know, you start at the beginning and then you go towards the end. I personally do. So I'll start with the beginning, I'll animate the beginning, and then obviously, since I'm an animator of one, it'll get a lot better quality towards the end the more I learn about animation and art and all that good stuff. So yeah, even these crowds look a lot better than the ones in the beginning. So hey, that's great for me. Alright, so now you can see I'm gonna have like the camera will pan out because the monster's gonna fall into the portal. People are gonna react. We're gonna give it like a little moment so you guys can kind of like take that moment in, and then we're gonna pan out to the little hill where they started on the little picnic blanket. And so Sophie's gonna enter stage right, and she's gonna have like her cheesecake outfit still on. She's gonna kind of like, you know, she somehow pried herself out of that cheesecake she fell into, and she's gonna like come up on the hill, and yeah, she's gonna, I really despise walk cycles, so I'm gonna make this like as simple as possible, especially because she's stepping like up a hill. So a lot of times when I have to make characters like step somewhere or like jump down some stairs, like yeah, I'll do like some kind of like ballerina type move, and I'm like, oh yeah, like really it's their character because she's fun and bouncy, and like I just really hate drawing people like walking away and stuff like that. I feel like my favorite thing to animate is just like magic girl transformations, or dialogue's not all that fun. I love drawing like I loved animating Sophie talking about when she realized Pancake can talk. That was like one of my favorite things to animate because I consider how I talk a lot, and I talk like I express myself head to toe, and so she's like sitting on the floor of this recently like destroyed Harajuku Crepes like creperie, and she's like, you know, hey, I knew you could talk, good thing that we got that, you know, out of the way. And it was just really fun to like have her toes like flick, and then she kind of like cocks her head to the side and she does this like talking with her hands, and that was super duper fun. Ta-da! That was the animation. It was super duper fun. Pancake kind of like jumps in on the left and all that good stuff. So anyway, shout out to our patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for being here. You make my dreams come true. Impro Comics, Javier Mendez, Nadir, Nico Weaver, and Justin R. Williams. If you guys would like to be a patron, go on over there. You can check out the brand new How to Make a Comic Book tutorial, and you can read the first 9 pages of the sequel comic to the pilot. And if you guys don't have the means, don't even worry about it. Just share this video with your friends. And until next time, guys, stay inspired.